is buying, selling, harboring, transferring, transporting, uh, renting, pledging, pawning of persons by criminal ways such as force, fraud, deceit, coercion, or by misusing their vulnerable situation,
Okay.
or by misusing one's authority over them in order to put them in an exploitative lifestyle.
Including sexual and non-sexual both.
Yeah, exploitative lifestyle would cover sexual slavery, beggary,
Huh?
organ trade,
Okay.
and other kind of forced labor or slave-like situation, slavery-like situation.
So to India.
Out of India,
Yeah. To India. In India.
difficult to say. Nobody has kept account. There
Okay.
was no system to keep account,
Yeah.
and for such a large time span, it is just not possible.
But in an average year.
No way. It is just not.
Okay. I know that there are 1.2 million prostitutes in India. Is that a fair figure?
1 point.
I checked from NACO website, female sex workers.
No, that's okay. It is possible to go by that figure. It's all guesstimates.
Okay.
These are not estimates, these are not projections, or these are not actual. There is no record of the trafficking of the prostitution trade where there is any mention of anybody joining voluntarily.
Oh.
One single. And considering that there are some systems which are running over several generations, they may not look like a kind of a naked criminal act, but definitely they are manifestations of trafficking only, while the remaining cases are out and out trafficking cases. But certain systems like temple-based prostitution of Devadasi, for example. Now that may not look like an out and out trafficking case, but it is trafficking, obviously, no doubt about it. Because if we are ready to admit that trafficking is also done of children by their parents, well, then there is a large ambit which covers the traditional social customary prostitution such as the Bediyas, Banchadas, Kaperas, the Kanjars, all those North Indians who dance in the Mujras and other bars and kothas, as well as the Devadasis. Now the Kolatins and all those things are obviously a part of that.
Okay. What is the legal position?
Legal position.
Are there any laws to check trafficking, for instance?
Yes. The law was first passed in 1956 and revised in 1978 slightly and majorly revised in 1986.
Okay, what is this law?
The law is, earlier it was Suppression of Immoral Traffic Act in Women and Girls, and subsequently it is Prevention of Immoral Trafficking in Persons.
Prevention of immoral trafficking in persons, okay.
Which covers both men and women.
Okay, fine.
Earlier it was not for men.
Okay. Well, and voluntary.
That's your view. You have a right to have your view.
Okay,
but
okay.
I mean, I completely disagree with that. And also, it is also not correct that in foreign countries it is legal and voluntary. No, that's also not true. In my opinion, it is not true.
So you would say that entire prostitution industry is trafficking? Would you subscribe to that view?
The result of trafficking, yes. It depends upon, trafficking is defined by different countries differently.
Okay.
But the way we define trafficking and the way the United Nations have come to a kind of a common understanding of trafficking, all those cases go under trafficking. For example, USA will say it is trafficking only if force, fraud, coercion and deception are used. But United Nations don't agree with that definition. Their definition is very broad. It also includes misusing one's authority over others, using somebody's vulnerability, giving money and getting consent. Now all this is included, and therefore there is a very broad way. So going by country to country definition it may not, but going by the internationally accepted United Nations definition, there are trafficking cases. No, prostitution is not obtaining consent by paying. Prostitution is paying money or kind for sexual transaction. No, consent is not there. Consent question is inapplicable there. The definition of prostitution as per the old law is sale of sex by female against money or kind.
Okay. Fine.
And you can check the NHRC 2004 report, which has put the statistics together. There are fact books, fact books or fact files on prostitution. One which give you so many figures. So you will get plenty of such figures if you go to CATW. CATW. Fact files, okay. You will get there is since we don't know the figures and since there are no studies conducted, it is very difficult to say on the basis of authentic figures, but there are only impressions and perceptions of people who have worked, and therefore they do have credibility. Going by that standard, as compared to trafficking for organ trade and trafficking for organized beggary, two other destinations of trafficking, like trafficking for sex trade and trafficking for servitude or forced labor, are predominantly disproportionately very high. So they may be consuming almost 85 to 90% of the phenomenon.
Which means that prostitution is 85 to 90%.